Dear friend, in 1856, in modern-day Croatia, the world's most brilliant, gentle, and beautiful mind was born. His name was Nikola Tesla, and he was undoubtedly the smartest man who ever lived. His understanding of the universe while he was alive was decades ahead of anyone in the world. He used that understanding of the universe to uncover secrets and develop inventions we are only beginning to understand today. Imagine a man who died in 1946 created technology we are just starting to understand. He was able to do that because he knew a secret about the universe. And now you can use that exact same secret to get anything you want out of life. Stick with me for a few minutes, and you'll see how the Tesla code can help you shape your life into anything you want it to be. More money, more powerful relationships, a better job, a more brilliant mind, more sex, better health, more beautiful appearance. Anything you want, the Tesla code can deliver easily and quickly. Tesla used this secret to become such a brilliant man, it is rumored when a reporter asked Einstein how it felt to be the smartest man in the world, he responded, "I don't know, you'll have to ask Nikola Tesla." In many ways, Tesla invented the modern world. We've all heard how Thomas Edison invented the light bulb and is responsible for the power grid in the US. What you might not know is, Edison harnessed direct current, which required huge electrical lines and power stations every 2 miles. Tesla figured out how to harness alternative current, which we use today to run power lines hundreds of miles and deliver extreme amounts of power through very small wires. But Tesla did much more than that. He mastered wireless transmission of electricity, created fluorescent light bulbs, was a central figure in developing X-ray technology. He invented radio. Marconi made it famous, but his patent was overturned. Invented the electric motor. Invented remote control technology. Invented robotics. Invented the laser. Invented wireless communication. And he was creating a free, clean electrical grid when the power elite who backed him pulled the plug because they wanted to meter and sell electricity rather than give it to everyone free. Even today, we are just only beginning to understand this man's higher-level works, and he died in 1943. Tesla is quoted as saying, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists." The fascinating thing is, he was correct. We have the ability to access a core of unlimited knowledge and broadcast our desires to a core of inexhaustible creative potential. So you can be inspired to make the most brilliant discoveries, the wisest decisions, and by broadcasting your thoughts, you can actually change and shape your life so that you fulfill your wildest desires and innermost dreams. And when we use our minds to broadcast what we want, that core will create it for us and send it to us. This is not the law of attraction or some other metaphysical BS. I'm prepared to explain exactly how this works and show you how you can use this power to get anything you want in life. Before I start explaining, I want to tell you, it could get a little confusing. We are going to be talking about some high-level scientific concepts, including quantum physics and brain anatomy. I'm not a physicist or a doctor, but I have studied what a number of very competent physicists and doctors have written about these subjects. I will try to keep it understandable. I want you to know, however, even if you get a bit confused, stick with me. By the end of this presentation, it will make sense. I understand nobody likes the feeling of being confused, and sometimes people will tune out if they feel it. I'm going to ask you to resist that urge. Recognize confusion is simply your mind working to understand something. When you feel confused about a subject, it means you're about to have a breakthrough of understanding about that subject. Ignoring the subject just guarantees you will never grow as a person. Facing that confusion and making yourself work to understand will expand your mind and make you grow as a person. So even if you feel confused, bear with me, and what you will learn over the next few minutes will indelibly change your life forever. As unbelievable as it might seem, science is quickly proving that Tesla was correct. We can draw knowledge and information from the universe, and you can broadcast your desires to the universe and see the universe change based on our interaction with it. That means once you understand the Tesla code, you'll be able to live the life you've dreamed of. More money, the perfect mate, a better job. Whatever you want, it can be yours so quickly it might scare you. And the exciting thing is, with modern instruments, we can measure and observe the truth of the Tesla code. We can actually see and record the universe changing at the most fundamental levels as a result of the Tesla code. As a very basic example, Dr. Quantum, otherwise known as physicist Fred Alan Wolf, Ph.D., gives a beautiful explanation of the double-slit experiment. In the double-slit experiment, physicists shoot electrons, the tiniest building block of our universe, at two slits in a barrier. Some of the electrons pass through slit 1, some through slit 2, and some bounce off the barrier. Behind the barrier with slits is another barrier, which is treated so it will record where the electrons strike. When the scientists actively observe the experiment in action, everything works like it should. But when scientists let the experiment run and only observe the recorded results on the second barrier, something amazing happens. The electrons show a wave interference pattern on the second barrier. The only way that could happen is if the electron went through each slit separately, both slits, and neither slit all at the same time. Huh? How could a single electron go through each slit, both slits, and neither slit all at the same time? It's because electrons exist in something called quantum superposition when they aren't observed. In other words, every possible outcome exists at the same time, until the scientists watch or record the experiment in action. Once they do, the electrons go back to behaving like normal. In other words, the scientists' interaction with the universe changed the universe at the smallest level. The scientists didn't want any particular outcome, it just happened as a result of their observation of the electrons. If simply watching the electrons with no expectation or desire about the outcome changes the universe, what do you think can happen when we focus on a specific outcome? The answer is, we can change the universe at the most fundamental levels, which allows us to create and get anything we want out of life. I know it seems mind-boggling, but stick with me because I'm going to prove it to you. Let's set the double-slit experiment to the side for just a minute and we'll get back to it. At this point, just remember the electrons existed in quantum superposition, which means every possibility was happening at the same time. I want to quickly point out, the flow of electrons, the smallest units of matter in the universe, is what creates electricity. So is there any wonder Tesla did so much theoretical and practical work with electricity? Tesla understood the power of energy and knew the universe would only be understood when we started to study energy. He knew the tick-tock version of the universe, the Newtonian understanding of the universe, was hogwash, and he as much as said so when he wrote, "The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine." Tesla knew he was uncovering the secrets of the universe in his research. Sure, he put those secrets to practical use and sold his inventions for money, only in order to live in an industrialized world. The truth is, he was never interested in money or fame. As a matter of fact, he was notorious for allowing people to violate his patents with impunity. He did what he did to benefit mankind, not to get rich. Of all his discoveries, his most powerful was the understanding that the entire universe is energy, and is available to and subject to your mind. Tesla used that discovery to get everything he ever wanted, to become the most brilliant man who has ever walked the face of the earth. And now I have uncovered how you can use his discovery to get anything in life you want. Money, empowerment, happiness, love. You name it and you can have it, on one condition. You must promise to only use these secrets for good. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alex West, and for the last 22 years I have studied what makes successful people successful, and maybe more importantly, why failures fail. What is it that separates the top 5% in any area of life from the bottom 95%? And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about relationships, marriages, athletic endeavors, career advancement, intellectual pursuits, and of course, money. Look, I'm fine if you want more money. Having spent a good portion of my life without any, I understand the feeling. That said, there's a difference between the healthy desire for a more abundant life and the destructive desire of unquenchable greed. If you know that enough will never be enough for you, I will ask you to stop here and move on with your life. It's impossible to have a healthy, balanced life when you're just a bottomless pit of material stuff. That said, when people say, "I don't care about money," I know two things. First, they are broke. And second, they do care about the things that money can give them, They just don't know how to get more money to get those things. For example, we all want a safe place to live, which we can be proud of. We all want to be able to provide for some reasonable level of material comfort in our lives. We all want to feel safe that we can pay our bills and have some left over for entertainment, and to save for when we can no longer work. We all want to have enough financial, spiritual, and emotional abundance that we can help our friends and family when they need it. Those are healthy and reasonable desires, and no one should be ashamed of having them. The Tesla Code can deliver these things and so much more. It can help you maintain a youthful appearance, help make sure your relationships stay strong. It can bring love into your life and ensure that loving relationship stays loving and powerful and inspirational. The Tesla Code can deliver anything and everything you want into your life, easily and quicker than you could possibly imagine. How the Tesla Code works. The Tesla Code works because of our conscious mind and our consciousness. I know you've likely heard a lot about your subconscious mind, and it is important in some ways, but the Tesla Code is activated in the conscious mind. For example, Dr. Dean Radin points out that simply wishing can affect the outcome of a random number generator. According to Dr. Radin, since the 60s, one experiment has been repeated over and over again. Scientists would take a random number generator, which generates random bytes or ones and zeros. When run normally, the generators would create approximately 50% ones and 50% zeros. Scientists then told people to try and get the generator to produce more ones or more zeros. The question is, does it affect the generators when someone wishes for more ones or zeros? When evaluating all the data, the answer is clearly yes. In short, people imagined something they wanted, used their conscious mind to focus on that outcome, and the universe made that outcome a reality. And that power, the power to envision something, to conceive it in your imagination, is exactly how the Tesla Code works. And here's the most exciting part. You don't need to spend years practicing meditation or seek out a scientist like Dr. Tiller in order to use the Tesla Code. You just need 10 to 15 minutes a day for a few weeks, and you'll be able to use the Tesla Code to get anything you want out of life. Our imagination is controlled by our conscious mind. Without a conscious mind, there is no imagination. We imagine with intent. Close your eyes and imagine the taste of strawberries. If you imagine vividly enough, your mouth will actually start watering and you'll taste strawberries. Imagination is the only thing located in our conscious mind. It's where our consciousness is found too. Webster's dictionary defines consciousness as 1. The state of being conscious, aware of one's own feelings, what is happening around one, etc. 2. The totality of one's thoughts, feelings, and impressions, conscious mind. In other words, consciousness is being self-aware. And it is our conscious mind which is aware of itself and of feelings we are feeling, etc., not our unconscious or instinctual mind. Dogs, while very loving, are not aware of their feelings like humans are. That's the major difference between humans and animals, and it is why the Bible says humans were created in the image of God. We can use our conscious mind to change the world as we want, if we know how. And that is what I reveal in my new book, Tesla Code Secrets: How to Easily and Quickly Shape Your World and Get Anything You Want from Life. In the conscious mind, we find the secret to accessing infinite knowledge and almost magical creative ability. We know from the double slit experiment that our observation changes the outcome of the experiment dramatically. When the experiment isn't watched or measured while it was taking place, every possible outcome seemed to exist at the same time. However, when the experiment was measured while it was happening, the electrons acted exactly like the scientists expected them to in the first place, like tiny little pieces of matter. This change from all possible outcomes to a single outcome is called a quantum wave function collapse, and it means reality has changed from all possible outcomes to a single outcome which has become real. The question is, why does this happen when scientists are watching the double slits and not happen when they aren't? Bear with me now, because we have to take a trip deep into your brain for me to explain. You see, your brain is a network of neurons, brain cells, which talk to each other via small electric impulses that move over synapses. Each neuron can talk with up to 10,000 other neurons over the synapses. This process of neurons talking to each other is how we remember things. Here's the crazy part. Each neuron is filled with small structures called microtubules. The microtubules are made of small peanut-shaped proteins and communicate with each other in a similar way that a computer would communicate with other computers on the same computer matrix. For the last 20 years, Sir Roger Penrose and Stuart Hamerhoff have put forth a theory, which is, through experiments, gaining more and more proof that these microtubules create consciousness by facilitating approximately 40 quantum wave function collapses per second. Remember, a quantum wave function is when all possible outcomes collapses into one specific outcome. I know this might be very confusing, but recall what we talked about at the beginning of this presentation. Confusion is simply the feeling we get when our brains are about to have a massive breakthrough in a totally new era of learning. If you are feeling confused, get excited. It means you're about to have a massive breakthrough. It means your life is very close to changing for the better, forever. Stay with me and let's experience this breakthrough together. We said before, consciousness is exactly what differentiates us from the rest of the animals on Earth, and we know our consciousness is found in our conscious mind. It seems reasonable that this quantum collapse at the microtubule level of the brain could explain why observing the double-slit experiment changes the behavior of the electrons by creating a quantum wave function collapse. What all this means for you. Let's skip all the science and get to the point. What does this mean for you in your life? If we look at the work of several different scientists, we come up with a shocking conclusion. Our conscious mind is inseparably linked to the world around us at the most fundamental quantum level. And the conscious mind can exert influence and even control over the world around us at the quantum level. That is clear based on the results of the double-slit experiment. The most exciting part is we control our conscious mind. The ramifications are shocking and almost unbelievable, except we see what Tesla was able to accomplish. We can see the double-slit experiment, and it is clear from Penrose and Hamerhoff that consciousness is tied to the quantum world. With a small amount of training and a little concentrated effort on your part, you can use the Tesla code to bend reality to your desires by just using your conscious mind. You want a promotion at work? Want supernatural health and vitality? Tesla only slept about 2 hours a night and lived to 86 years old when the average lifespan was only 62.4. How would you like to instantly rid yourself of minor aches and pains? What could you do with a photographic memory? How about the ability to gain swift and absolute control over others? I'm not talking about some silly mesmerizing hypnosis nonsense. I'm talking about using your mind to make others seemingly happily help you. What could you do if you always knew what to do in any situation? Remember what Tesla said about a universal core from which we gain knowledge, strength, and inspiration? Imagine what you could do if you could access that core at will, so you knew exactly what to do in any situation. Now you can easily accomplish all that and more in my new course. The first question I always get when I talk about the Tesla code is, if the world changes that quickly and easily based on our conscious thought, why don't I have everything I want already? It's a fair question, but demonstrates a misunderstanding of the code. You see, the world doesn't just materialize what you want and drop it in your lap. What happens when you concentrate on something you want, the Tesla code sets in motion the events necessary for you to get it. Think of it this way. Not everything happens in just one quantum collapse. It happens over the course of hundreds or thousands or maybe millions or billions of quantum collapses. It depends on what you want and how complicated it is to bring it to you. And in order for you to receive things that take longer, you have to keep your mind focused on the goal. Not every second of every day, but focused enough to make sure you keep the events you set in motion moving in your direction. If your mind is all over the place like a jumping bean, how can you expect anything to actually come into being? So, one of the first lessons in Tesla Code Secrets is to learn to focus your mind. You need to make sure you know what you want. Then, through the power you can unleash after you fully understand the Tesla code, you will bring these desires into your life so quickly it may scare you. It has scared several of my students in the past. People like Tim and Esther. Alex really knows his stuff. We met Alex before he even created Tesla Code Secrets, but the lessons he taught us years ago really helped us out of a rut. We've been struggling with our dream of retiring comfortably, and it seemed as though everything we had done before we met Alex wasn't going to get us any closer to that dream. But after speaking to Alex and taking his advice to heart, we were able to turn our life around. We managed to put our 2 kids through college debt-free, and we're very happy with our life here in the Bahamas. If Alex was able to help us out of our rut, we're sure that the Tesla Code Secrets program can work wonders for you. Or Jennifer from New Orleans. I simply loved the Tesla Code Secrets clear-cut system to enhancing my thought process, priming me for success. Since using the program, I've improved my relationship with my husband on multiple counts, and at the same time done extremely well at work. I've been promoted just last month and heard that I'll be getting a nice big bonus end of year. I never knew it could be this easy. Thank you so much for this, Alex. Jennifer Green. Or even Andrew. Thank you so much, Alex. You have revealed to me that success doesn't have to be hard. It only takes a simple shift in my thought processes, and this shift has triggered a phenomenal change in my life and allowed me to live the dream lifestyle of happiness, wealth, and success. Your Tesla Code Secrets program has been an easy-to-read, practical life enrichment course that has changed my life in ways I never thought possible. Andrew Langfield. Here's the really exciting part. I have managed to distill the Tesla Code into 18 simple lessons, and have even found a way to create a multiplier effect, so even the most outrageous and ridiculous desires can be created in minimum time. Once you fully understand how to apply the Tesla Code to your life, you'll be able to understand and fix any problem you might face. Within seconds, your conscious mind can access the infinite knowledge Tesla tapped into. You can use it to know exactly what to do in any second to keep yourself moving toward your goal. Clear brain fog in seconds. Do you ever have that foggy feeling like you're living in a daze? With Tesla Code Secrets, you will clear that fog in seconds and face each and every day at your best. Whether you want to make more money or have better relationships, a clear mind is the first step. You'll be able to create a photographic memory at will. Imagine being able to remember everything you see in specific detail. How impressed would your boss be? Friends and family? Heck, if you put this skill to work at its fullest, you could easily be so rich so quickly your head would spin. Focus your concentration on any target or goal to ensure it will flow to you with ease. Anyone who has ever achieved anything will tell you the most important key to achievement is focus. Without focus, you're adrift in a sea of distractions. Tesla Code Secrets will give you laser-like focus guaranteed to make you unstoppable. Release any and all stress in seconds. Worry and struggle will be a thing of the past, and who doesn't need to release their worries in the modern world? Pent-up frustration and stress make more people sick and kill more people than anything in history. Heart disease and cancer are the 2 leading causes of death in the U.S., and both are caused or made worse by stress. Tesla Code Secrets shows you how to get rid of that stress instantly and forever. Protect yourself from the influential powers of others. Have you ever known someone who you just couldn't say no to regardless of how hard you tried? Once you understand Tesla Code Secrets, you'll know why and know how to ensure you'll never be at the mercy of someone else again. Influence others with a power and ease you've never imagined before. Not only will you be able to protect yourself from overly influential people, but you will actually become very influential yourself. You'll find people start saying yes to you more than they say no. Obviously, this can be abused, so I insist you promise to use this superpower only for good and never evil purposes. You'll know exactly what the most effective action you can take is at any moment for any reason. Effectiveness is what separates the most successful people from the ne'er-do-wells. This one revelation alone will change your life in ways you can't even fathom. Understand what's the wisest thing you can do now to achieve your long-term goals. They say knowledge is to know it's raining, but wisdom is to go indoors. When it comes to your life, knowing what can be done is okay. Having the wisdom to make the right choice for today and for the next year is true power. With Tesla Code Secrets, you'll instantly and effortlessly access universal wisdom. Time your actions perfectly. They say timing is everything. In that case, Tesla Code Secrets can make sure you're never too late or too early, but always right on time. Remove your nagging aches and pains and eliminate minor illness. Don't let a cold or the flu or some major joint pain slow you down. Tesla Code Secrets can do away with it instantly. Send your sexual vitality off the charts. Let's face it, a good sex life is about 10% of a relationship. A bad sex life is 90%. Plus, sexual vitality is the source of creative energy. Once you understand and use Tesla Code secrets, your sexual vitality and creative energy will be off the charts. You can actually appear to age backwards and become more youthful in appearance. I know it seems impossible to believe, but many people have used the Tesla Code to appear younger each year. As hard as it is to believe all those things, I can promise you they are true and easily done. Were I to teach this program in a group setting, I wouldn't even consider allowing anyone into the seminar for less than $995, and more likely somewhere around $1995. And I could easily make an online course available for somewhere between $295 to $495. Instead, you get everything in my home study course, Tesla Code Secrets, for just $39.95. The most exciting thing, Tesla Code Secrets doesn't require years of work or hours a day of meditation or any special skills at all. It's simple. You go through the 18 lessons which you'll have instant access to once you click the button below. You spend a week on each lesson. Read the lesson every day. At the end of each lesson, there is a very easy process to go through in order to activate that lesson. You should work through that process, even if you're not facing the situation the process describes. Simply use your imagination. It should take you about 3 to 5 minutes a day. At the end of the week, go to the next lesson. It's as simple as that. In 18 weeks, you'll be able to activate the Tesla Code at will, to activate and manifest anything you want in your life. Here's the hard truth. If taking about 15 to 20 minutes to read a few pages and 3 to 5 minutes to imagine your way through a process is too much for you, you likely just need to learn to live with what you have and forget about all of your dreams. If you won't dedicate that little time and that little effort to foster the power within you so you can create anything you want in this life, you'll never have anything you desire. And I would say you don't even really desire what you think you desire. If that is you, you certainly don't deserve anything more out of life. Here's the place where you need to ask yourself, do I really want what I say I want? Am I the type of person who makes decisions and works towards my goals? Or am I a worthless couch potato who will forever talk about what I want but never do anything to get it? If you are still with me, I suspect you know the answer. When you click the button below and start using Tesla Code Secrets, I want to make sure you have everything you need to make massive changes right away. So I'm going to include Napoleon Hill's Success Compendium. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years interviewing and studying the most successful and richest people of his day, including the world's first billionaire, John D. Rockefeller. What he found has become gospel for every great self-made millionaire, multimillionaire, and billionaire entrepreneur since. In an interview of top CEOs, Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, was named as the second most influential book next to the Bible. That's how powerful his work is. If it's your desire to use Tesla Code Secrets to become rich, as I suspect it is for most people, then Hill's work is a must. I have invested a substantial sum of money into securing the rights to give you both free of charge. Hill's Compendium, which includes Think and Grow Rich, both written and in audiobook, The Laws of Success, and Hill's audio program, Napoleon Hill's Success Philosophies. Without Tesla Code Secrets, this collection of Hill's work is invaluable. When combined with Tesla Code Secrets, you won't be able to help but get rich. In addition, when you decide to make the embarrassingly modest investment in Tesla Code Secrets, I will include another of my programs, The Power of Believing. In The Power of Belief, you will learn how to change your mental programming to ensure your life is easy, fun, and carefree. Look, the Tesla Code can and will easily give you everything you want. However, most people have limiting beliefs about themselves and the world. That can interfere with the Tesla Code. You can use the code, and through persistence, those beliefs will eventually change. It would be dishonest of me, however, not to show you how to quickly and easily change those beliefs. You don't need the power of believing to make Tesla Code Secrets work, but it's like lubricating a gear. With it, everything works better and more efficiently. The Power of Believing, when made available to the public, will cost $97, but you get a full and complete copy free of charge when you invest in yourself and decide to join the thousands of other people who have used Tesla Code Secrets to change their lives forever. People like Sarah. I had always been struggling to get by with my job, thinking that I would always be stuck resenting my dead-end job. Then a friend recommended that I try the Tesla Code Secrets program, and just 2 months after applying the techniques you taught in the course, I was able to not only quit my job and find a better paying one, but I'm much happier with my new job. I hope that your Tesla Code Secrets program will help others as much as it helped me. Sarah Mitchell, Greenwood, Michigan. Now, maybe you want a little assurance. You want something that will put your mind at ease about investing in this incredible resource. I respect that, I really do. I'm a wise investor myself. I know where you're coming from. That's where the Tesla Code Triple Guarantee comes in. This will ensure your total satisfaction and peace of mind, starting with Guarantee number 1. Quality. You will be blown away by the sheer quality and attention of detail of every lesson, every technique, and exercise in the Tesla Code Secrets program. Guarantee number 2. Deep and lasting results. Upon using the Tesla Code Secrets program, you'll notice virtually instant results that will only get better in the coming days, weeks, and months. Guarantee number 3. Impact on your life. You'll experience astounding positive changes in your life, with benefits worth at least 30 times the price of this course. If for any reason the Tesla Code Secrets program doesn't live up to any of these 3 points, or if you're unhappy with the Tesla Code Secrets program for any reason at all, just drop me an email within 60 days and I'll give you a full, no questions asked refund. It's as simple as that. You need to understand, you've really got 2 choices. The first choice is you close this page. You go back to whatever it is you've been doing. I don't know, maybe struggle through 2 jobs, maybe even 3, just to make ends meet, wishing your life was different, wishing that you were dealt a different hand in life. Sure, you're thinking that this choice is the easiest to make because you won't have to do anything different. But your life won't be any different either. And if you're happy with what little you've got, then hey, all the power to you. We part ways and you'll never see me or this page again. But if you've always wanted something more, and who doesn't, then you need to make the second choice. The second choice is actually very simple. You click on the button below and reserve your copy of the Tesla Code Secrets program. Start unlocking the inner potential that's been dormant within you all this time. Create the life that you've always wanted. Simple enough, isn't it? With our triple ironclad 100% 60-day money-back guarantee, you don't have anything to lose. So go on, click on the button below and live the life you so rightfully deserve. Join me, and together we'll use the same techniques the smartest man who ever lived used to develop an intellect like the world has never seen. Let's use the Tesla Code to improve our lives, improve the lives of those we love, and improve our world.